We're at Driving Ambition and we got Shad, who actually worked on the Comptech Supercharger. He's got the shop here, he's got NSX there, he's got NSX Type R over here, another NSX there, he's got S2000, a black NSX, and then even a red one up there. So this is like NSX heaven. There's a lot of NSX here, and he's gonna help us out with our car. So we have the Comptech Supercharger, and we had a battery problem where it didn't start. It turned out to be a bad battery, but I also wanted to take it to Shad because he's one of the persons that I trust the most. Can you tell us a little bit more like how involved you were in the design?
Well, I started at Comptech in '91 when we first started modifying NSXs.
So you worked on it or you designed it?
I wasn't a designer, I was a mechanic.
Okay.
So I basically did all the mechanical stuff. We had a group of fabricators and machinists and all that sort of stuff. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, I was just basically the mechanic that would end up kind of installing it and making it work. My main job was I worked on the race team, so I worked on the IMSA GTP program that was sponsored by Acura. The IndyCar program, I did that. And then I got tired of traveling, so they offered me a job back doing this.
Oh, nice.
Street car stuff. So yeah.
Cool.
I've been working on them ever since.
Nice. About how many Comptech Superchargers have you touched?
Well, I mean, I think I've touched most of them. I think there's upwards of 2,000 kits out there.
Wow. Not that much, actually, right?
Not much, but if you consider they only made not a lot of cars, you know, that's a pretty high amount. So, yeah.
So you were telling me about the actual alternator that was used in this kit, right? It's not a NSX alternator.
No, it was a Prelude alternator that we used. The downside was it was a smaller alternator than what the factory one was. So now with more modern technology, I've got a company that can redo the windings.
Nice.
And we can make them higher amperage. So we're still making these kits now.
Wow.
We're producing the kits again.
Yeah.
And the kits are a fair amount upgraded from what the original kits were.
Nice.
They're just a much better kit now.
So if people have an NSX and they want to have like a nice speed upgrade and they want this kit, can they come to you for it? Do you provide installation and provide the parts and everything?
Installation. I have about 4 dealers across the U.S. that install them. I try to not sell them to everybody because I want to make I want to make sure that the guy that installs the kit is actually familiar with the car and all of that.
Ideally, you would be the one installing it, wouldn't you?
Yes, I mean we can here, but you know, a guy in Florida, that doesn't really work out so good. So you know, we have a really good shop up in Boston that does the kits. We have a really good guy in Ohio that does the kits. Like I said, we have another really good guy in Milwaukee that does them. So like I said, it's one of those we try to keep them doing that. So
nice. Yeah, this is why I came to Shad, because he worked on them all his life pretty much, or all the life of the kit pretty much. So that's why I trust him with the Supercharger. And now that we're here, what are some of the things that we can change? Because I want my kit to be up to date to the current standards of these kits.
Well, the original kits, I mean, I don't know how technical you want me to get, but
not too technical.
The original kits, we supplied a voltage booster for the fuel pump.
Okay.
That was great when the cars were all new. We could boost voltage to the fuel pump. Well, nowadays cars are 25, 30 years old. We upgrade the fuel pumps. So we replace the voltage booster. We put a better fuel pump in it. We recheck it on the dyno, the chassis dyno, and make sure that the air-fuel ratios are good. But we upgrade that. We do the alternator. So yeah, I mean, there's. It looks like this particular car has some of the upgrades that we've done.
Oh, nice.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got some of the stuff upgraded. It looks like it has sensor hooked up to the right spot.
Nice.
Some of those. So yeah. No, it looks like it's got some of that stuff already done.
So would there be? Well, I guess one of the questions is, my car runs a little rich. I can smell it. Like we start the car up in the garage, and there's a lot of unburned carbon fuel smell. Is that because of the voltage regulator, and will that fix it now that we decide to upgrade the pump and all that?
I don't know if it'll fix it,
Yeah.
but we'll check that stuff.
Okay. Is it worth the upgrade to change that out if it's working fine?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it just for safety reasons.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's definitely something we're going to want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd mentioned you kind of were a little concerned about some of the maintenance stuff.
Yes.
So honestly, the first thing we do with any NSX we bring in, supercharged, non-supercharged, is we check compression and check leakage on the motor, make sure the motor's happy.
Right.
So we always start with that.
Okay.
And then we go, okay. then we move on to the next steps.
Does that include like the valve adjustment, the VTEC timing, all that?
No,
that's
we don't
different.
do that. That's a different deal.
Okay.
That's what's kind of included in the major service.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So does the NSX need that? Like this one has 40,000 miles or shy of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, we should probably do a service stuff on it, but we won't really know until we look at it.
That's why we ride to you, because I trust you, and you can take all the time you need on this car because it's a garage queen, but it needs some love. It's and maybe I might sell it. I don't know yet, just because I have a small garage and we have the Cybertruck on order. But I do love this car a lot. So Aaron told me, the previous owner says, hey, go to Shad, get everything fixed up, and maybe you'll find new love for it. You won't let it go.
Yeah.
So on the way here, I started to have grins on my face. I'm like, I don't want to let this thing go already.
No, they are a pretty special car.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So we'll let Shad work on the car, and we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.